Alfonso Soriano is calling it a career. I'm Jim Baskel with the latest ESPN headlines alongside ESPN Baseball Tonight analyst Doug Glanville. And Doug, this guy's a seven-time All-Star who's retiring after 412 career home runs. What are you going to remember most about the career of Alfonso Soriano?
The Yankee years. I always think of him sort of in that context. He came up, became this really athletic second baseman, dangerous with speed, dangerous with his ability to just hit home runs pretty much what seemed like at will. Great fastball hitter. The danger zone with that big bat he used to have and try to cover pretty much the entire zone. So there's no question that I saw him in that light. It's sort of a lot of Yankee history, a lot of success in New York Yankee baseball.
Yeah, it's interesting because when he came up with the Yankees, he played second base, and he was a huge prospect who came up big for them in big spots. The Yankees were winning big time along that time frame, and I can recall the home run he hit against Curt Schilling that some thought was going to win the World Series for the Yankees until the D-backs won it on a walk-off against Mariano Rivera. Do you think that after watching the early years with the Yankees that maybe there was more that you thought was going to come after that?
Well, I did in that his game sort of shifted. He became so much more of the sort of offensive-oriented player. You saw a lot of flashes of how brilliant he could be with the speed and the defensive side, the possibility. And his game sort of changed. He became this left fielder. He was kind of disgruntled at different times about being in the outfield. You saw that in Washington. And those created some challenges. And in the years that I was in Chicago post-career, when I was living in Chicago, there's a lot of criticism about his outfield play, just the jump catches and the sort of seemed like disinterest. But he did have improved years later. He seemed like he started to really focus. He's like, all right, I'm a left fielder. I got to do something with this.
He did, and his 38 years old, he calls it a career. His career came full circle as he signed with the Yankees, ultimately released by the Yankees last year after hitting .221 with 6 home runs and just 23 knocked in. You can read more about this story right here on ESPN.com. But for Doug Glanville, I'm Jim Baskel.